welcome to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danica Long. With me we have Holden Murray, who is the HR Event Program Director with the City of Patterson. And coming up, there is an event that's going to be taking place May 6th at 8 a.m. in the morning. I know for some of you it's probably early, but it's for a very good cause and it's very colorful. So tell us about it.
Yes, thank you for having me. The City of Patterson, we are having our third annual City of Patterson 5K Color Run. It's going to be May 6th at 8 a.m. and the run is going to start at 8:10 a.m.
Okay. Yes. Now, this is the third time around, three times the charm, as they say, right? So I know the first year there were a couple of kinks you guys were working out, but I think it was fun. Everybody had a good time.
Right.
Yeah.
It was our first one. We know Hattie Watts, they were doing it. They stopped, and so the mayor had the idea to say, hey, Holden, what you think about this? And oftentimes he's a great visionary leader, and either I'll have an idea or he has an idea, and he just gave it to me. I was like, okay, we can try it, and it worked, and here we are on the third annual Color Run.
Right, and the proceeds, I mean, you guys really get a lot of proceeds from this because the community steps up, and they actually are very, very, I guess, charitable when it comes to this, because you need those sponsorships, but also too the community gets involved because they want to actually participate. It's a 5K. You don't have to run, right? You can
don't have to run.
I remember going out there and we had mothers with their children in strollers, and they were able to kind of cover the babies up, but still, you know, allow the powder to get on their shirts. So it really was a fun event. The Color Run, which was kind of like a trending topic like years ago, and it's still around, still going strong. Tell us about the route itself and where it's going to start and end.
Right. So the route starts at Park Street Park. That's right behind Hattie Watts and Patterson. And from there, it's very interactive. We go from the park to Main Street, and then we take a cut back in throughout the city. That way, the citizens who may be too early for them to participate, they can still see the participants. So, and then it ends back at Park Street. That way we can do our celebration and thank our sponsors, and then also thank the participants and give out awards like first and second place. And we also have different age categories. So if you want to compete, you can compete, and you might just get a first, second place trophy. Or if you just want to come, a lot of people come just to have fun. It's a feel-good thing, just to walk. Like I said, you don't have to run, you can walk.
Right. Now there is a registration fee, but you get so much with that.
Right. The registration fee is $25, and with it, you get our annual Color Run T-shirt. Actually, a classmate of mine designs the graphics for the T-shirt, so we're in the process of finalizing that. You get a T-shirt, you get like a swag bag. So in the swag bag, you have glasses, you have like colorful wristbands, you also have a route in case you just want to preview the route. And anything else that we're able to give from our sponsors will be in the swag bag.
Yeah, and of course you provide a lunch, a light lunch. There's refreshments and something very healthy, because if you just run, you don't want to bog yourself down with too much, but it's a healthy lunch right after. And then there's music.
Right. So we have burgers and hot dogs and French fries, all chips, but also we're going to have like bananas, peanuts.
That's the healthy
Gatorade,
part. Okay.
I was getting to that. I was like, okay, I start off with that, but let me get the healthy part too. That way you can replenish your body after the run, because a lot of people take it very seriously. We have people who come for fun, but we also have a lot of runners who like look up different 5K runs in the area, and they make sure that they take it seriously. We see them stretching beforehand, and they don't play around.
I can tell you there's one family that will be there, and they are planning to take first, second, and third.
Okay.
So definitely come out, because it's a competition, but it's also fun. You also get a chance to see some of your neighbors, some of the people that you probably hadn't seen in a long time. I love events like this, especially when it's the communities involved, because it's a good way to get healthy, and it's also a good way just to have a good time. Bring the kids out. It is 8 o'clock in the morning, but there's going to be refreshments and also some music. I mean, if you didn't walk, you can dance.
Right, yes. We have a DJ that's going to start it off just to get people in the mood, get hyped. And then also after everybody's settling down from running, she'll come back up again. And, just keep it going. Just keep the flow of the event going.
What I like about this is I was asking him, I said, well, where the proceeds go to? Oh my God, there's a list of things so this doesn't just stop with one event. Let's kind of talk about and rattle off some of those where the proceeds will be going.
Right. So I'm over Community Affairs and Development in the City of Patterson, and a part of that is also community outreach, which is held by which is led by Elise Salazar. And so we both work on projects independently and separately, and the money raised for the Color Run goes to those projects. So for example, Elise has her senior and disabled citizens lunch that she does every Wednesday for seniors and disabled citizens, not just in Patterson, but in the surrounding area. So the proceeds go to that, as well as the children in the area. I'm big on youth and like community development.
Right. Well, we're going to actually go and talk about those a little separately because again, there's so many where all this money is going to go to, and that's great. So come on back right here on the Voice of the Coast. We've got much more. We're here with Holden Murray. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. My guest is Holden Murray, who is the HR Events Program Manager with the City of Patterson. Now, we talked about this color run that's coming up May 6th at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be a fun time had by all because I actually was there a couple of years ago, and I know it was really, really nice. We talked about the proceeds. Now, it doesn't go to one thing. There are several things, several events that the proceeds from this event actually are able to help, and I think that's great. We talked about the senior disabled residents, the luncheon that it takes place, but also there's others, and one of my favorites so far that you told me is a scavenger hunt for the homecoming court with with Patterson High.
Right. So each year, the City of Patterson, we sponsor a scavenger hunt for the seniors on homecoming court, and with the proceeds from the color run, it helps us buy an app that keeps track of their progress throughout the scavenger hunt. And the scavenger hunt is fun. They're all along our Main Street. One of the things might be, hey, go ask one of the citizens on Main Street for a sandwich. They're going to run, knock on the door, say, hey, we're part of the scavenger hunt. Can you please make us a sandwich? They're going to take a picture, and then the app uploads it so I can see it and give them points. So that's one of the many events that we have that the color run supports. So it's kind of dual purpose. You come out and you have fun with the community, but you're also helping money go back into the community so that we could do all these great community programs.
Right, and also there's also summer camp. The summer camp has been around for a good while now.
Yes, I remember when I was still in college, I would come home and work part-time for the city doing the summer camp program. And our summer program is the perfect mix of we teach them the basic foundations for the next grade that they're going to, but we also allow them to play basketball, do art, so we call it the perfect mix of education and fun. So proceeds go to that as well.
And then, of course, there's the Veterans Day program.
Yes, the Veterans Day program. We were able, with the proceeds from last year's color run, we were able to do our Veterans Day program and actually buy like snacks and like cake, punch, things of that nature to just add on to the appreciation for the Veterans Day program, just to show them we're thankful for them.
That's at least 4 events so far with the proceeds from this. Now, with the sponsorship, what comes with that? We know with the registration, they get all this nice little swag bag, but what about the sponsors? What do they get?
Well, the sponsors, if you sponsor up to a certain level, you get your name on the back of our Color Run t-shirts. Also, we promote your business on our Facebook page and on our city website. And not only that, this year we have our own website specifically for the City of Patterson Color Run. So if you go on the Facebook page, you'll be able to click a link to that, and all of our sponsors will be on there as well. And it's just a way to say thank you, we appreciate you.
Right. So this is going to be kind of, jump-starting your summer.
Right. We like to say, I came up with the slogan a couple years ago, come have fun, summer fun with the City of Patterson. So it starts off our programs for the summer. We have a community bash with the police department coming up in the summer. We also have, like I said, the summer camp program, as well as our cornhole tournament season will start. So it's just a perfect way to start off the summer for us.
Oh, cornhole is definitely one of those competitive sports. I mean, nothing against horseshoes, but cornhole is definitely making this like, it's a frenzy.
Well, we done had some little tips between some family friends about cornhole tournament. It's serious in Patterson.
Oh, let me tell you, my husband trying to actually make one. He's trying to make a corn. So it's going to get intense at my house, I can tell you that much. But
our councilman, Mayor Pro Tem Lee Kondo, he made his own cornhole tournament boards. So I'm actually gonna have him call them so he can help him out.
There you go. That's right. So cornhole is the thing. There's also something else. I know we're kind of going off on a tangent here, but there's also something called Coob. You ever heard of Coob? I think it's Coob. Anyway, I played that at church, and oh my goodness, that also is. That's a good one too.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that one up.
You gotta look that one up. Look on Amazon. I think it's Kubb, something like. We're gonna work it out.
Okay.
But good, again, let's just one more time shout out. We have the Color Run, which is May 6th at 8 o'clock in the morning. Not bad at all. You're gonna have music. You'll also have food and prizes. And look, if you are a 5K runner, even if you're just a walker, bring the babies.
Yes.
Come on out. and look, people are always saying for the summer, I'm about to get summertime fine.
Right.
Well, this is the time to
Yes.
jumpstart that and get it ready before June and July rolls around, where you can enjoy your vacations and wear your 2 pieces, your 1 pieces, whatever it is that you want to do, and bring back the hot girl summer, you know?
Right.
Is there a number for folks to call, or where can they get the application or to register, or even to
Yes.
sponsor for sponsorships?
Yes, you can call me at Patterson City Hall. That's 985-395-5205. Or you could go on our city Facebook page. It's City of Patterson LA Community News. That's where I try to get all of my events posted. And so just contact me if you need any information.
Awesome. Thank you very much,
Thank y'all for
Holden.
having me.
No problem. Thank you, guys. See you guys next time. Welcome to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danica Long. With me, we have Greig Chauvin, who is the creator of the Morgan City Historic Walking Map, or app rather. And there is a map attributed to the app, and we want you to download it. This is so fascinating to me. We are talking in and out of breaks, so just catch up with us. Let's talk about this new app.
Sure.
And how did it all start?
About a year ago, after I had retired, I started researching my family history in Morgan City, but also some of the locations in Morgan City that I knew had little pieces of hidden history behind, just had heard over the years. And in researching, I thought that we should have signs around town with QR codes on them to convey that information to the public and to visitors. And that turned into a conversation with Charlie Solar with the city, who called me the next day, said, we want to write a grant for this. And Hannah Roy, who's the grant writer for the city, who wrote a grant with the Atchafalaya Heritage Foundation, another local, Caroline Byrne, and we received a grant to build an app that would contain, first of all, this historic walking tour.
Yes.
And it contains 14 sites, and this is the launch of our app. It happened last Wednesday,
Which was
our
April 5th.
launch, April 5th. It's National Walking Day, and it is a walking tour of downtown Morgan City.
So this is so fascinating. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why it's so fascinating. Some of you are saying, okay, it's history. Yes, but it's colorful history. And there's something that you may not know. Let's talk, for instance, the post office. Did you know that there's a basement in the post office in Morgan City, downtown Morgan City? Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Yes, so there's a post office and there's a basement there. Mm-hmm. And the people who work there didn't even know it existed.
This is Louisiana, and yes, there is a basement there.
Yes.
I learned this years ago as a Girl Scout leader. We went there on a Girl Scout field trip, and one of the older postmen told us that fact. And in speaking to some of the supervisors who are not in town, and even some of the people who work at the post office today who are in town, they had no idea there was a basement there. They have since discovered it.
Right. So what's down there?
What's down there? I've seen pictures. There seems to be maybe a generator that's not in very good condition, some bunk beds, a place where mayors, postmasters, their families, town officers might be able to stay during storms or hurricanes.
Yes. This is so fast. It's like a scavenger hunt. There are 14
It
sites,
is.
and this is going to get bigger, right? We're going to call it, because there's lots of other colorful history in Morgan City. And a lot of folks don't even know, like the post office, which has a basement. But there's so much more. So this all started with you just doing research on your own family, and now here we are with a new app. I mean, how does that make you feel?
I'm very proud of it, and I find it so fascinating. Every time I look up a new location, there is something there that I didn't know. So, a murder in the bank building, a mayor who owned an alligator and walked him down the street.
Salacious. Oh, my.
Oh, yes. An aviator who was flying around Berwick Bay in 1914.
Okay, don't give it all away.
I'm not giving
Don't
it
give
all away, but
Okay.
it's exciting.
It is very exciting, and I will say, I know I'm kind of ramping this up, but I actually, K to BJ, myself and Chris Hunter, we were actually a part of it. I'm very proud of that I was able to lend my voice to the app. And as I'm reading this, I'm like, oh, this is amazing. I didn't know this was going on. But April 5th is when it launched. How many downloads? What's the stats? What's the reviews on this new app?
As of today, we had almost 300 downloads on the app, and it has just been launched for a couple of days. So I think that's pretty good, and I hope this will get the word out to the public, as well as I've spoken to the Rotary Club.
So we are going to definitely talk a little bit more about it. I don't want to give away too much, but I definitely want you to go to your app store. It's on Apple as well as Android.
Google Play.
Right? Yes, so make sure to download it. It will tell you a little bit more about what's in store and what's available on this app. Come on back right here on The Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. My guest, Greig Chauvin, who is the creator of the Morgan City Historic Walking app. And there is a map which is associated with it. And there are about right now, 14 sites that are available right now. However, there are going to be different tours, as they call them. So you have up to about 10 tours, which will allow for many more sites to be included on this app. Of course, thank you to the city for being able to commit to obtaining one-time grant. But as with anything, you have to have maintenance and upkeep. How do you plan to fund this in the future?
This is the first of 10 tours that we can place on this app. This is a 14-site tour, which is the first tour. It's a walking tour of downtown. And the Chaffalaya Heritage Foundation was very generous and granted us money for the builder online. We will need, it has a subscription every year, subscription fee, so we are looking for some sponsorships. You can sponsor an entire tour. You can sponsor a site for a lesser fee. Your logo could be on each page of the video, could be listed online and at the end of it. We've also started speaking to some people locally about grants, so that's a possibility as well. But this tour has launched, and I'm already working on possibly a Juneteenth tour.
Love it.
Possibly a Spirits of Morgan City tour.
That's awesome.
Possibly a driving tour.
Come on.
So if your location is not listed on this tour and you think it's historic or significant, you could contact the city and let us know about it. And if you know any of the hidden history involved, we'd love to hear it. You could be included in a future tour.
Yes, and look, you could also get some of this off-the-record information that I just got. I cannot share it, and I will not share it. I'm keeping it to myself until we are able to make it public, but this is fascinating. So if you, like you said, there's a site that you said, oh, this would be great, talk to Hannah Roy, call her up at the city. Now, I do want to ask you about the QR codes. That's coming. There are going to be signs placed at each location. I think that's also going to speak to Morgan City. Most people say there's nothing to do. Well, there's something to learn, and there will be something to do. Either you could walk or you can drive your vehicle. And when you see those signs with the QR code, I get excited about that. I'm not a big technology person, but I love that it's convenient. You take your phone, you scan it, and you have all this information at your fingertips.
Well, on our brochures, there are 2 QR codes that will take you to the site to download the app. At each of these 14 locations, we've gotten the signs printed. The city still has to install them, but the signs will have a QR code on them that you can just point your phone to, and it will tell you the history of that location, that home, that building, that park.
Right now we have 300 downloads, but we're going for 300,000.
I think so,
or we're going to go for 3 million.
And you don't have to walk it or drive it. You can sit in the comfort of your own home, download it to your computer, and listen to the videos, take the quizzes where you can win badges that are unique to each site. You can see the sliders of the old look of a building and the new look of it. And there's some more information on there and more pictures that are interesting.
Sounds good. I'm learning more as we go. Can you tell me, as far as the reviews? I mean, I'm giving rave reviews myself, but what are the reviews from the public?
Everyone I've spoken to about it seems very excited. You sounded excited. The Rotary Club was very excited the other day. And I think a lot of people may be just saying, oh, it's just history, that's boring. It's more interesting than that, and I really think people need to download it and listen to the stories.
That's right. And of course, there's more to come. Again, if you would like to, if you want to propose a site, contact the city at 985-385-1770. You can contact Hannah Roy. She is responsible for the grant. I'm loving this. We've been putting up slideshows. We thank you so much for your time and coming here and telling us more about it. And hopefully when we add more, you'll be back.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you guys next time. Make sure to subscribe to us on Facebook. We are KWBJ TV 22.